Pace of play, the amount of time it takes for a baseball game to fully play out. As the game progresses, so does the pace of play issues. Hello, my name is Dylan Dibbrell, and today I will be talking about the pace of play problems going on in the MLB. According to baseballreference.com, the average game time in 2022 lasted 3 hours and 6 minutes, and in 2010, the average game time was 2 hours and 54 minutes. And lastly, the average game time in 1990 was 2 hours and 47 minutes. How has pace of play been increasing over the years? What has MLB been doing about these issues, and how have these strategies worked in lower levels of baseball? So, how has pace of play been increasing? First, time per game has increased because of bullpen usage in the late innings. It is common to see at least 3 different pitchers in the last 3 innings of the game. This is because team managers like to play matchups and look closely at the analytics to see which pitchers have the best chance to get a specific set of hitters out. Second, strikeouts and walks are more common than ever in today's game, leading to more pitches thrown per game. The game is moving away from base hits and team baseball, and it is more of hit a home run or strikeout type of game. Due to this, there are more swings and misses, which causes at-bats to be longer, which causes more time per at-bat. Lastly, pace of play has increased due to increased time in between pitches. Today, more than ever, pitchers throw the ball harder and hitters hit the ball harder. Due to this, they need more time to recover in between pitches. Now that you know the problems at hand, let's go to what Major League Baseball is doing about it. First, let's talk about the bullpen. Before 2020, teams were allowed to change pitchers after every hitter. So, for example, if the team's lineup had a lefty and a righty back to back, a team was allowed to use a different pitcher for each hitter. Today, in 2022, a pitcher must face a minimum of 3 batters before he is allowed to exit the game. Next, what has MLB done to put more balls in play? Before this year, MLB had done nothing to ensure that more batted balls will be put in play to decrease strikeouts and walks. However, for the 2023 MLB season, the shift will be banned. What this means is that instead of putting everyone on one side of the field to defend hitters pulling a ball, 2 infielders will now have to be on each side of second base to give the hitter more room to hit the ball and get a base hit. To counteract players taking their time to reset, MLB has enforced a pitch clock that will come into effect for the 2023 season. This clock will be 15 seconds long unless there are runners on base, in which it will increase to 20 seconds. If this time limit is exceeded, then an automatic ball will happen. And if the hitter takes too long, then there will be an automatic strike. With 2 out of the 3 changes I have stated only being used in minor league baseball, let's talk about how these methods to speed up the game have worked in other levels. First, the 3-batter minimum has served its purpose at the major league level, and it has helped decrease game time. However, teams are not the biggest fan of this rule because it can hurt them very late in the game, and they have had to change their whole strategy due to it. Next, the shift. At a minor league level, AA to be exact, this rule was implemented, and due to it, hitters' batting average rose by 8 points. This means that many more balls are being put into play, which decreases strikeouts and walks per game. Lastly, the pitch clock. In an ESPN article written by Jesse Rogers, he states that, quote, the results were immediate. Over the first 132 minor league games under the new rules, the average game time was 2 hours and 39 minutes. That's 20 minutes shorter than the average time of a control set of 335 games run without the clock to begin the season. 2 hours and 59 minutes. And 24 minutes shorter than the average of the 2021 season, 3 hours and 3 minutes average, end quote. In conclusion, MLB has a problem, and they are giving their best efforts to fix them. The first main problem I talked about was how MLB managers would abuse being able to change pitchers. What MLB did about it was implementing a 3-batter minimum rule. This rule has served its purpose and decreased time per game, but teams are not the biggest fan of it. The second problem on MLB's hands was the strikeout and walk rate, which correlated to pitches per game. What they are going to do about this is ban the shift. This change in the minor leagues worked great with batted balls in play increasing exponentially. The last problem I talked about was about how hitters and pitchers take up too much time in between pitches trying to reset for the next one. What MLB is going to do is enforce a pitch clock of 15 seconds. This has proved a great change in the minor league level, with game times decreasing by an average of 20 minutes. The MLB has let their problems get very bad over the years. However, I think now they are trying their best to fix these problems. I think these new rules will help the game and decrease pace of play by a big number. Thank you.